Alright, for today's lesson we're going to start to do polar coordinates. So if I have to graph 3 comma 120 degrees, and we'll call this letter A for right now, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 at 120 degrees. Since the radius is 3 and 120 degrees. If I wanted to graph negative 2 comma 210 degrees, here's the line that makes 210 degrees. Now 210 is out this way, but since this is negative 2, I'm actually going the other way, and I will call this one B. If I was doing 1 comma pi over 3, it's always good to find out how many degrees it is, because it's easier to work in degrees than it is to work in radians. And so 1/3 of 80, 1/3 of 180 is 60, and so that will be letter C. If I had 5 pi, actually I need to make 5 pi equal to the angle, and then I got negative 1. Let's do negative 1 is fine. So 5 pi, well, if we think about it, 5 pi, if that's 0, that's pi, that's 2 pi, that's 3 pi, and every odd number of pi is going to be over here, including 5 pi. So I'm going to call this letter D, and since 5 pi is actually pointing out to the right, I'm actually going to put it to the left because it was negative. And so that's how you graph coordinates in the plane. For this next problem, we're going to come up with 4 different ways to name letter A using degrees in between negative 360 and positive 360. So the easiest thing that we see is that this is obviously at 240 because it tells me that it's at 240, and it's on the second circle. If I went the other way, that's negative 120 degrees. And so that would be 2 negative 120 degrees. And we know that's 120 degrees because here's 90, and another 30 makes 120. Now as I graph this, this line goes across and hits positive 60. So 60 would be it, but since it's not going towards 60, it's going away from 60. I'm going to make this negative 2. Now the last thing that I need to do is I need to find out how far around this is in the negative version. So let's take this yellow one, and it goes all the way around to here. Well, if I know that this was 60, then the other one has to be negative 300. So this would be negative 2 comma negative 300. For each of these I need a positive and positive, a positive and a negative. Over here we did a negative and a positive, and 2 negatives. And those are the 4 that I'm going to find each time. And that's the first half of 9-1.